Hello, sweet friends, and welcome back for another video. This morning, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through day 3 and 4 of this week's packet. So today would be day 3 if you watch this when it's posted, and tomorrow would be day 4, and you will get a new packet next week. Yesterday, we walked through writing, work on some letters. I did a video yesterday to show you some of that. So we've got writing, you have your journal, you have your egg word family, leg, beg, peg, all those fun things you can work on. Your word study today, yesterday, hopefully you sorted and talked about it if you got that far. So today you need to sort to start to see if you can remember the words and what headers they go under, and then you can pick one of the activities on like the bingo board. Okay, so looking at specific day activities, you have a reading activity. You either have a book that was clipped to your day 3 or you have a paper passage to work on. You also have another mini morning booklet for April. So you're changing the last consonant to make a new word. So you're changing bat to bag. So you'd write b-ag. Cut to cup. So you're just changing the last letter to make a new word. Okay. Here you are counting backward. Okay. So you have to feel as though 10, 9, 8, 7. So you're filling in the numbers as you count backward. Okay. If you are having a hard time with this, if you can find your Monster Squeeze 100 chart that I sent you toward the beginning of all this, you can use that chart and find the number that you're starting with and go backward to find the number you need to write if this is kind of tricky. Some of you it will be really easy for, and some of you may need a little bit of an assistant. And that 100 chart is a great place to start. Okay, down here again, we're changing cap to can. So you're changing the last letter to see how words are spelled very similarly. Here, again, you're still counting backward. So if you need that tool, you're coming all the way up into the 30s. So if this part is a little bit harder, find that hundreds chart to help you out. And down here, it's a boy and a girl, and they're playing with some baby ducks because some birds are starting to hatch right about now in the spring. So your job is to write about the baby ducks, or it says 3 baby ducks actually. So you can say the boy and the girl have 3 baby ducks. You could say the 3 baby ducks hatched. You could say the baby ducks are cute and fluffy. You kind of decide, but you do need to write a complete sentence. Do not forget your punctuation at the end, and try to use lowercase letters except for the first letter in your sentence. Okay? All right, so that is something you have for language arts. Yesterday you should have done the push book and the pull book by now. So today you're going to do a sort. The push and pull, it's diagrams and sorts. There's some directions on the front. So on the first one, the middle says things we push. So your job is to draw some things that you might push. Like you might push a swing. You might push a car across the rug. You might push a ball down the hill. So you can draw 4 things that you would push, right? Then when you turn the page, you're going to draw 4 things that you can pull. So like if you're playing tug of war, you're pulling the rope, you might pull a wagon, you might pull someone back on the swings, right? You might run pulling a kite to fly it in the sky. So think of some things that you pull. Then, this is your challenge, kind of. This is things that you push and pull. What are some things that you can think of that you can do both? The swing is a great example. You could pull someone back, and as they're swinging, then you push them, right? A sled might be a good one because you pull it up the hill, and then when someone gets on it, you might give them a push to get them started going down the hill. So try to think of some things that you can do both, push and pull. Okay, so that is your job today for science. Then you have some math sheets. This sheet specifically talks about circles. So you trace, and it talks about corners and sides and shows you that a circle has none. No corners, no sides. Down here, you color the ones that are circles, and you trace the circles to get that shape feeling. Okay, then you have a sheet about squares that's very similar. So it talks about the corners and the sides of a square specifically, and you color and trace at the bottom, and you trace the words at the top. There is a graph about raindrops, umbrellas, and clouds. So what you do is for the umbrellas, I see one umbrella, so I color one box. Right here for the raindrops, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 raindrops. So I'm going to color 5 boxes. And here you're going to count the clouds. I see 1, 2, 3 clouds. So I would color 3. And then down here it says which has more, the umbrella or the clouds, which has the most of all 3 objects, and which has the fewest. Okay. And your last math activity today is just a simple addition sheet. You can either do these in your head, or it encourages you to draw tiny seeds to do the math. So see how they drew 3 seeds and then 2 seeds, because 3 plus 2 equals 5. So if you need some sets to help you add, go for it. If not, write the answers. Okay? You're welcome to color the flowers if you want. So that is what you have for today. As far as day 3 activities. So hopefully it's not too much. If it is, spread it out until tomorrow and just keep going, okay? Now, really quick, I'm going to run you through day number 4, which is tomorrow, just in case I'm not able to get this video up for you. You still have letter writing, you still have the egg family, you still have your word study you can work on. Just pick a different activity to do with your words. Make sure you sort first every day to help your brain remember what you're working on. Okay. You will have either a paper reading passage or a book clip to this day, depending on your group. There is a game that you can play with sight words. There are 2 game boards that I've hooked to this. The directions are there, so Mom and Dad can read it. So game board B, that goes this way, it says it in the top corner, is going to be more of a challenge game board. Game board A, that goes this way, will be a little bit easier. There is a spinner, and I've shown you a few times how to use those spinners. So you lay it on the floor, get a trusty paper clip, put it on there, put a pencil or a pen down, and spin the paper clip, right? So you spin it, and it tells you what number column for the word, and then you pick one of the words in that column to read. And if you're able to read it correctly, then you get to either color it, but if you want to reuse this, you might want to put like an object, a penny, a bean, a button, what have you on top of there, okay? So you are trying to get, I'm trying to read and make sure I give you the right directions. So yes, so when you've done each word in one column, then you are supposed to, instead of bingo, you yell out tip top reading. Okay, so that is a language arts activity that I put in there for you today. This is a lot like a review from the booklet that I just showed you from, so this is tomorrow, so the work from today. So you're going pop to pot. So again, you're changing that last letter. This one just has a line. It doesn't have a line for each letter, but every word should have 3 letters. Don't forget that super important vowel in the middle, okay? Now, this one is very similar. So you're changing ham to hat, lid to lip. So we're still changing that last consonant to make those new words. If you're looking for a challenge and the sheet's really easy, then turn it over and write some sentences on the back with some of these words. Okay, you might say the bug is creepy, or I missed the school bus, or may I have some more tea in my cup? So you can write some sentences. So you can make this more of a challenge if the sheet is very easy for you. All right, for science, push and pull, you are doing a sort. There's 2 pages. This one, you cut the pictures out and you glue them. Are they things that you only push, things that you only pull are things that you push and pull. So this might be a little tricky. So I would do things that you push and pull first to make sure you don't glue them in the wrong spot. So you have a broom at the top, a vacuum, a door, a wagon, a scooter, a ball, a bike, and a kite. So think about things that you can push or pull or do both. Okay? Then math activities for today. You have another sheet like the ones I just showed you, but this one is for a rectangle. So looking at the sides and the corners and how it's different than a square. A rectangle has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. There is one for a triangle, because some of us get our triangles and our rectangles mixed up, saying the wrong word. So this is good practice there. Then hexagon for the kids out there. You know, at school in our pattern blocks, hexagons are the yellow blocks. They have 6 sides. So we have a hexagon sheet for you to work on. And then this one, now if you don't have dominoes at home, that is fine. It tells you you can use dice. So you have at least 2 dice. So you roll them. You draw the dots from one die on one side, draw the dots from the other on the other die. You circle the one that has more. This paper says write the number word. Now, for some of you, you might want that challenge, right? To sound out those and get used to writing those number words. Even if you have mom and dad help you write them down and then you look and copy them, that's fine. I do want you to realize how small those lines are though, so you will have to write small. Now, if you're like, I really want to do the easy way out, okay? Remember, challenge is always good for your brain. But if spelling those words seems to be a little too much, you can just write the numbers. However, I expect your numbers to be going the correct way. Okay, backwards numbers, we have to work on those. So make sure that they're going the right way. But see if you can try the challenge. So just have like a little piece of paper with number 1 through 6 written out. And so if you roll a 5, you look over and you find the word 5 and you write it on the line. And that's a good way to help teach your brain what those words look like when you're reading them, okay? So that is your activities for day 4. That would be a Friday pack, all right? If you have questions, please let me know. My plan is to drop more this weekend to keep you busy for next week. We are going to continue letter writing next week, and we are going to continue push and pull next week. All of that will continue for at least another week. Your word study will also continue into next week, so you will not get new word study next week. You will continue to do activities with that sort through next week to really make sure that you understand it and you've got it and you can remember it before we do new word study. Okay? All right. Hopefully that was helpful to you or mom or dad or brother or sister or whoever might be watching this that's helping you at home. Please do your best. Please do not fight with your family. When it's time to work, right? We have to do this stuff to make sure we're ready for first grade. That's the way the world is rocking these days. I miss you all, and I'm very proud of you for working hard and being patient with all this and letting mom and dad get their work done at home too. So please remember to be kind and be patient and always do your best. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.